The Usos are back, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, everybody? This is the Kid DC Wrestling back at again with another video. And man, oh man, what a crazy day it has been, especially with the news that's been going on in the wrestling community. But despite all that, tonight, not only do we have AEW Friday Night Dynamite, which will be my next review, coming up around midnight, 12:05, 12:10. But right now, this is my WWE Smackdown review for May 28th, 2021. I've got to say, this was actually a pretty good episode of Friday Night Smackdown, mainly because we saw the return of quite possibly not just the best tag team in the WWE today, but quite possibly the best tag team in the world, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. And speaking of Jimmy and Jay and Usos, we kicked off the night with the Street Profits versus the Usos. This was a really good match. Despite the, commercial breaks and stuff, which is obviously what we get on, free TV, this was a really good match, man. I mean, Montez Ford, that leap he did on the outside was incredible. This was an all-around great way to kick off SmackDown. And there's really nothing else I could say. This is a great match, and I'm glad that the Usos get the win here. Like, come on, it's the Usos, and, poor Street Profits, but looks like they got an introduction, and they are officially welcomed to the Uso Penitentiary. So, again, nonetheless, nice way for the Usos. I'm glad the Usos is back, even though, Jey Uso is, doing this whole right-hand man stuff with Reigns. It's good to see the Usos back. All right, so we had the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Natalya and Tamina, take on the Riot Squad in a non-title match. This was, for what it was worth, it was okay. I mean, it was good to see the Riot Squad back, though. Obviously, the Riot Squad haven't been, since WrestleMania, since that gauntlet match. So, nonetheless, there's really nothing I can say about this match. Tamina and Natalya does get the win here, obviously, because they're the women champions. But I don't think this is the end for Liv and Ruby Riott. I do think they are going to be women's tag team champs one day. Just not now, because obviously, Tamina and Natalya have to have their reign as champs. Okay, so we do have the Usos, Adam Pearce talking backstage. And, Pearce makes it official. The Usos want a title opportunity. They're going to get it against the winners of tonight's SmackDown Tag Team title match. We get the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, versus Carmella in another non-title match. This was actually good for what it was worth. We had Bayley annoying the hell on Michael Cole on commentary. Poor Michael Cole, man. I really feel like that Michael Cole one day is just going to lose it. You guys remember that one video where Michael Cole went off on that fan? I'm telling you, man, it's just a matter of time before Michael Cole just loses it. Like, you can tell he's going to lose it, man. I'm telling you, one day he's just going to, for no apparent reason, just attack Bayley. Like, he's going to lose it. But nonetheless, again, pretty good matchup between Carmella and Bianca Belair. We have, Bayley again on commentary. Bayley was on top of the commentary desk after the match, so I don't know. It seems like they're continuing this feud with Belair and Bayley heading in towards Hell in a Cell. Obviously, because we're getting really close. We're nearly a month away from Hell in a Cell. I actually thought they were going to do Sasha Banks versus Belair, but, we haven't really heard Banks since Mania. So maybe SummerSlam, maybe Money in the Bank, who knows? We're going to have to see what happens in the next few weeks. So, that's all I could say. We get a Rollins promo. Rollins, happy birthday, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, today was his birthday. Surprisingly, the same week as his other former Shield bro, Roman Reigns. So that was pretty interesting to see. But yeah, man, they're playing the repeat of last week. Rollins going complete maniac, just killing Cesaro. Rollins going off on Cesaro and stuff, even going off on us for believing in Cesaro apparently. So something about this character with Rollins. I feel like that Rollins, it's like an off switch. He's all cool and stoic and he's nice, But then once that light switch is just turned off, I mean, he's just a completely different person. He's mean, or he's aggressive. He's fierce. You know what I mean? So like, it it is what it is. You know, I mean, I don't honestly think this is his own Messiah gimmick anymore. I think it's just more of Seth Rollins being a psychotic freak, or control freak, I should say. So we did get an Intercontinental Championship match, apparently, between Apollo Crews and Kevin Owens. And this matchup, it was meh, to be honest with you. It didn't really last that long because Kevin Owens did win the match, but he won by DQ. You had that Azil putting in the Nigerian nail, which you had Owens, who did a pretty good job selling it too. But you had Kevin Owens gasping for air. Like, it looked like Kevin Owens was spazzing out, man. It looked bad for him, really. And yeah, and I want to talk more about this segment with Reigns and Jey Uso, because Reigns is kind of spilling facts here. You know, he's telling Jey, like basically, to sum it all up, like why are you doing this? You know, like you do realize that if you and your brother, you know, going after those titles, you do realize you're gonna go back to being, you know, the twin who, like, the people are going to confuse, basically. Like, you really want to go back to a place where people look at you and say which brother he is? You really want to go back to that? Like, you're the main event Uso. Like, you got to be main event Jey Uso. That's what you always been. And Roman's kind of spilling facts, because Jey, this whole Reigns and Jey Uso thing has done nothing but wonders for Jey Uso. Like I said in the Roman Reigns appreciation video, this storyline has brought Jey Uso up, and it just made Jey Uso important than he already was. I just want to talk about that segment. So we saw Shinsuke Nakamura versus Chad Gable. There was really nothing, no story behind it, just Shinsuke getting the win here. Obviously, they've been introducing this, what's his name? This guy with the guitar, Boogs. He's from NXT, apparently. And it is what it is. It kind of seemed like he was offbeat at times, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Hopefully this leads to, you know, King Corbin ending, because honestly, I don't think this King Corbin gimmick is doing anything for him. He should just go back to being the lone wolf. I mean, they could do something with King Corbin, but they haven't really been doing anything with him. So it seems like they're going to be doing King Nakamura, or just bringing King of the Ring back. Again, we're just going to have to see what happens. So we did get the main event, the SmackDown Tag Team title match between Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode versus Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio. And obviously, you know, Rey Mysterio did get attacked here. Even though this was a 1-on-2 handicap match, this was actually a pretty good match, to say the least. Obviously, especially with the time they were given in Rey, because Rey wasn't there. Like I said, this matchup was what it was. Dominic looked really good in this match. And yeah, next week, Usos versus Dominic and Rey. You know, as much as I love Dominic and Rey, I mean, they had a special moment. I mean, I really want to see the Usos win. Maybe they do DQ, and then this leads to Jey Uso probably attacking Jimmy Uso. Who knows? We're just going to have to see what happens next week on SmackDown. Anyways, guys, this has been the Kid DC Wrestling. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And guys, this ain't the last video. I will be doing an AEW Dynamite review after AEW is over tonight, and it's going to go off at 12. So, yeah. So, again, this has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.